August is here, which means that it is officially back to school season. All different schools are going to be following their own protocol come this fall, so it's really important to make sure that you check in with your school to see if they're doing completely online or completely in person, or even like a hybrid with some classes online, some classes in person. I know that's personally what my university is doing, but whether you're returning to high school or university, it can be really helpful to have a home office set up. That way, if there's not enough study space set up on campus, then you can still work effectively and safely from home. Today we're going to be going through how to set up a home office, what you really need and what you don't, and also just a couple of things that you can do to prepare for school before you actually begin. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Erica and this is Creative Engineering. I personally have already done a month and a half of online school at the end of last semester through March and April, and I did this while I was living on campus and working as a residence advisor, so I think that I've gained quite a bit of experience from my own transition online and from helping my residents transition as well, that hopefully I can give you guys some tips and some insights as to what will help you succeed online this fall. Whether you are home, in a dorm, in an apartment, or in a house with a bunch of roommates, you're gonna need to set up a quiet study space where you can get all of your schoolwork done or attend online lectures privately. Depending on what kind of space you have available, you might be able to set up its own room for private study, but if not, you might have to improvise. I recommend setting up somewhere you can keep as a study without interruption. Try to avoid places like the living room and kitchen, since shared spaces can be very distracting, and the kitchen can be very dangerous for in-school snacking. Your brain automatically compartmentalizes physical spaces to associate them with their purpose. In the kitchen you eat, in the bathroom you shower, in the bedroom you sleep. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you cannot study in your bed. Please go to your desk. You need the separation between school and sleep, or else you won't be able to focus during school and you won't be able to sleep at night. Okay, now back to the desk. When setting up your desk, you'll want to make sure that your ergonomics are proper so that you don't get fatigued. Start with your chair. Your knees should be at about a 90-degree angle and your arms should rest on your desk with your elbows at 90 degrees. Scoot your chair into your desk so that you're not leaning forward or slouching back. If you get a sore back or neck and want to improve your posture, try engaging your core and lengthening your spine by squeezing your shoulder blades back. This will be hard to do for long periods of time at first, but the more you do it, the stronger your back will become and you won't slouch as much. Next up is computer placement. Your screen should be an arm's length away and the top of your screen should be in line with your eye line. If you have an external keyboard, it should be where your hands will rest naturally on your desk with your mouse right beside it. It is important to get up and move around at least once an hour to stretch out and help circulate blood. Once you have your desk in a quiet place, away from the kitchen, away from your housemates, and not in your bed, then you will need to set it up. You want to keep your learning space very clean and minimal so that you don't have too many distractions while you're studying. All you really need is your computer, something to take notes with, a calendar, and water. Setting up your computer for school means you need strong internet access, so check your Wi-Fi connection, and if it's weak, maybe look into getting an Ethernet cable. Before you start school, creating a filing system is super important for staying organized. Let's set up a file folder for each class, and in each file folder, have subfolders for things like lecture notes, assignments, weekly reviews, miscellaneous items, and exam preparation. Check your course syllabus for any software you may need for that specific course. Things like coding programs, SolidWorks, CAD, Canvas, Zoom, or any other streaming networks. Once your computer is set up, next is a note-taking system. You can write your notes on paper, use a tablet, or type them. Personally, I have experimented with tons of different note-taking methods throughout school, but the one that I'm currently using is taking notes by hand, usually on my iPad with the Apple Pencil on the GoodNotes app, during lectures, and then transcribing them into online quizzes on Notion using the toggle feature. This system allows me to write fast in lectures, since I am generally a pretty slow typer. And because engineering has lots of formulas and diagrams that are difficult to type, this also allows me to jot them down by hand, and then I can screenshot and put it into Notion later. So through handwriting on my iPad, I get kinesthetic learning. Then when I type them onto Notion, I get spaced repetition learning. And finally, studying my notes, I am able to get active recall learning thanks to the toggle feature in Notion. Before you start school, keep an eye out for the release of your course syllabus. Once you get all of your syllabi, read through them and highlight all the important dates and information. Get a calendar. I use both a paper and a digital one, and I write down all of my assignments, due dates, midterm dates, lab dates, and any significant date that is on the syllabus onto the calendar. After you have all of your important dates written in, go back through your syllabi and note all units, chapters, or learning objectives for each course. Take an hour or two for each course and do a quick Google search for all of the key concepts in each course, then jot down any notes or information that is important about these topics. This is called pre-course research, and it can help prime your brain for what you're about to learn. Then, when your prof is later explaining things in class, your brain is able to make connections to the material you searched up earlier. We will talk more about creating your own study schedule and planning your days in the next video. I hope you find this video helpful in learning how to set up a home office and actively prepare for online school. Let us know in the comments down below if you have any questions specific to returning to online school, or if you have any experiences that you think would help other people. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscription button and the little bell icon so that you don't miss next week's video about success in online school, where we'll be going through how to make online friends and study groups, how to create a study schedule and a note-taking system, and also what kind of online resources are available in case you get stuck in your course. See you then!